Hey everybody, it's Mark, DoctorDeadwax. It's time for another video. Today is my 3-year anniversary in the VC, so I'm just going to do a video about the VC, talk about the VC a little, and no records and such will be shown, so if that's what you're here for and you don't want to hear me blather, just move along. So today's 3 years in the VC, but for me personally, more importantly, it's the 7th anniversary of my stroke. So 7 years ago I couldn't walk or talk, and I was just lying in a hospital bed and I didn't know where the hell I would be in the future, and now I have a pretty normal life, and in many ways I'm the healthiest I've been since my late teens, early 20s, I would say, and this year I've lost 50 pounds. I don't know, life's good for me right now. 7 years is, I think it's like a bit of a milestone. I think if the fact I was able to make it through without another one, I think means the odds are pretty good that I might actually have a normal lifespan. So that's kind of positive, and I'm happy about that. Anyway, today I'm drinking Peche Mortel from Ciel, Brasserie Ciel out of Quebec. This is for my French-Canadian friends like Serge Francoeur. Cheers, everybody. So, just some thoughts on the VC quickly. I still think the VC is just an awesome, awesome community of people. It's an incredibly positive space, I find. You know, some people choose to be very negative about it, but most people are positive and have fun with it, and that's great. I mean, it's not like a lot of other places that you interact with in the real world and online. It's in some ways still utopian, which is amazing and awesome. And there's lots of people in the community. It's massive nowadays compared to when I started 3 years ago. There was, I think, about 30 people when I began. Or I don't know. Rob has the official statistics on when people join, but I think there was about 30 or 32 people when I joined, and you know, it's really blown up into a Facebook page with 5,000 people, so that probably has very little to do with actual video people anymore, if there's that many there. But there's all kinds of other Facebook communities now that have blossomed out of that, which are just fantastic places. I've been interacting on them for about a year now, and I'm just learning so much more about music. I can't believe I learned so much about music my first year in the VC. I didn't think I could learn at a rate that was faster than that. And the second year, probably tenfold. And in the past year, it's astronomical, the amount of music I've learned about and been exposed to. So, and that's all due to the VC. So that's just amazing. I don't know, I find this is a real community of people who actually care about each other. If you look at what happened to Andreas lately, when he had his record stolen, there's a lot of people that have reached out, and you know, that was a really shitty thing that happened to him, but I think regardless of how shitty that was, I think what has actually happened to him as a result has been pretty amazing. It might actually be exponentially better than the shitty thing that happened to him. So, you know, and that's part of this community of people who, in general, you know, we don't, you know, a couple of us interact with a few local people here and there, or a couple of us go away somewhere and hook up with somebody, but you know, most of us, we don't interact with each other in real life, so it's all kind of virtual still, even though it's a little bit more intimate because of the video, which is the video aspect, which is what makes this great. When I was 21, I think I was 21, it might have been 22, I was living in a house with a bunch of people, and the landlord sold the house out from under us, and we were forced to move, and I was moving to the next place, and the landlord was in the house waiting for us to leave, and I'd loaded half of my records, or most of my records, into my car and taken them away, and I'd left a couple crates of records there, and when I came back, the landlord was gone, and all my records that were left were gone. I lost 2 crates of records that day, but I never had really anybody to kind of share that. You know, it was the digital era by then, so my friends were like, who gives a fuck, they're not, you know, they're records, you didn't lose your CDs. but you know, they meant a lot to me. They were the records I had, Beatles and Pink Floyd stuff that my family had been sending over and bringing back from Ireland and England through my high school years. So, you know, I didn't have anybody to kind of connect with on that, but Andreas did, and I think that's great. I mean, that's so much about what this place is about is, you know, I listened to music for years. I talk about that Talk Spirit of Eden record. I listened to that for 25 years before I actually connected with people that felt the same way about it as I did. And whether you're just a massive Beatles fan and you know, you get to hang out with Joe and all the other Beatles fans in the community, or whether you're, you know, you're I don't know, you're really pushing the esoteric boundaries of music with Chris and the rest of the Astral Travelers. So, you know, all in all, I think this community has some niche for everybody. So I'm really happy to be a part of it, and I'm really happy to see it just continue to go on day to day and be awesome. So in the past year, I just want to shout out to some people who've sent me some BCLT, because the generosity of this community is huge. Chris Dixieland Farm, who sent me like a record cleaning device for when I want to hand clean some really grungy stuff. And one day I went to the States, and in my box was this book. He didn't even tell me he was sending me this book on records, and it's a great book. Tom Bennett, who he sent me this hat, and it's awesome. David Weekly Rations, who sent me that amazing package of Van the Man vinyl from all UK pressings, which was just amazing. Kevy Metal, who, you know, keeps sending out that his annual Christmas CD this year, was great. Super Wes, who sent me beer. Cheers, Wes. And hopefully his 2013 mixtape's going to arrive soon. Robert Z, I won one of Robert's prizes in a contest, and I got Sylvia's Bra, and I got a Moody Blues record. Simply Vinyl, I think it was, or Speaker's Corner. Can't remember exactly, but that was just a great prize. Chad Everett, I also won his contest, and he sent me a great prize pack that included Miles Davis's autobiography, and if that book didn't have swearing in it, it would have half the number of pages. But it's fucking great. Paul, who sent me some Out of This World VCLT, and he got me hooked on the madness of Music Matters Blue Note 45 RPMs. He sent me 3 of them. I bought 15 of them since, but they're amazing, and I'm never ever gonna get those $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 Blue Notes in my collection. So those 45 RPMs, I'm really glad he turned me on to those. I just sat on the fence for those for years, and it was his gift of those that got me moving. And also DJ Gary, he's a local guy. He's a salsa DJ. He makes videos, and he's just become a great friend of mine. My wife and I, and his wife and him, we've gone out to dinner. I don't know, I see him every couple of months. He comes to town for a DJ gig. We hang out, we go out for beers and wings. He gave me Sealed Real Statics, like he produced it, but that's a fucking huge grail for me. Some Cocteau Twins, and amazing camaraderie. He's a really awesome person. Michael from Ireland, another guy who doesn't make videos, but he sent me some great Irish music that I never ever would have been exposed to without him doing that, and I really appreciate that, Michael. And I was really happy to help you out, and I'll do that again anytime for you. Ben Costello, he sent me some amazing 12 inches, Van the Man, Waterboys. I mean, right up my alley, from Ireland. And Ben's just great, an awesome addition to the community in this past year. Bobby Gass, Bobby just gave me some jazz monster pieces. Just, I couldn't believe the records that Bobby gave me that day. And just wings and beer, and again, camaraderie. Him and I have hung out, I guess, maybe 3, maybe 4 times now. And, Bobby's a straight shooter, and it's nice to hang out with a guy like that. Alan, my man in the UK, I buy things in the UK, I get them mailed to Alan. He bundles them over to me once a year or twice a year. Usually he's far too generous with the stuff he also throws into the package on top of already doing that bullshit task for me. So he really allows me to take advantage of some amazing deals in the United Kingdom without having to pay like £20 to mail one record to North America. Jesse, Sour Juggernaut. I thought we'd lost him for a while, then he came back. He's back. He sent me just some. The guy sent me like 5 records, and 2 of them had been on my save searches on eBay for like 5 years. I mean, he didn't know it was amazing who did that. And a Canadian Red Atlantic. Jesse, you're awesome. Keep making videos. Joe sent me Joe Robertson. He sent me just a killer box of stuff, including a Blue Note, Donald Byrd, and other things. And Joe and I hang out on Skype pretty often, and you know, I really appreciate Joe's friendship. He's a great guy. More people should watch Joe's channel. Garner Andrews, he sent me a Colin Walcott Grail. You know, I'd commented on it that it was a great record, and he listened to it. He said, you know, it really isn't speaking to me. Let me send it to you, and I really appreciated that. And I'm hoping to hook up with Garner. I know he comes to Toronto a couple times a year for something, so I'm hoping maybe we can meet one time. Jonas Sublimedia, you know, Jonas was one of the old guard, and he sent me a Swedish Jazz Grail this year, Jazz Pauruska, and a nice Jethro Tull record, and dedicated. Just great stuff from Jonas. He always hooks me up. He's got that European connection for that stuff we never see. Serge Francoeur, my friend from Montreal. Serge sent me Soleil and Morse Code, and those are just fantastic. And Serge, he's always turning me on to, you know, Quebec prog and stuff like that. And he's got a great channel. You got to check it out. Roger Coleman, another fantastic addition to the VC this year. Just a fantastic guy and great videos. Incredibly diverse musical taste, no attitude. And he sent me his CD, Indeterminate, which was great. I mean, I really appreciated that. Music Minor, Sean. Sean sent me VCLT in the past. I met with him this weekend, and he gave me a bag of VCLT, and included in that is one of my safe searches from the past 3 years. Like, he didn't know about it, but it's there. I'm going to show that in a couple days. I'm still cleaning and listening to it. And finally, Bostonia Reggie. I don't know what Mike sent me. It's sitting in the States in a box waiting for me to show up. But it came this year, and I don't know, I really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody, and I'm sure I forgot a couple people, but I did my best to try and remember everybody. Finally, I'm going to hit 1,000 subs soon, and I'm going to do a contest. Of course I'm going to do a contest. You know, some people think that people buy subs with contests, but, you know, fuck that. I don't buy subs with contests. I have contests because, I mean, if you just heard the list of people that have been incredibly generous to me, I have contests to be generous to other people. That's what it's all about. I send out VCLT to people all the time, people who don't make videos, who just comment, and we've connected, and people who do make videos, and prize packs, whatever. It's all about, you know, that circle. It just kind of feeds itself a positive energy. So of course there's going to be a contest. You know, if I'm buying subs, I'm buying subs. But I'm not going to punish the people that I connect with. I'm going to reward them because the connections mean so much to me. So anyway, 3 years. It's been an awesome 3 years. I hope it's an awesome 30 more. I hope this thing continues. You know, I was really worried with the Google Plus thing this year. I was really worried that was going to just kill the community, but thancefully everybody kind of came through it. Everybody was kind of like, we're gonna stop making videos, and we lost a couple people over that issue, but in reality we didn't lose very many, so that was great. But it was a little touch and go there for a while what was actually going to happen. So I'm glad that the community came through it, and you know, if that happens again, I hope that we can all migrate to another platform if it's ultimately decided that YouTube is no longer the place for us. So, I don't know, I just want to thank everybody that has subscribed to me, watches my videos and doesn't interact with me, watches my videos and leaves comments and likes, and the people that kind of go a step further beyond that and have become friends. You know, I might never meet you in real life, but the time we spend in communicating back and forth or whatever, it always means something to me. It always means a lot to me, actually. So anyway, that's it. That's enough blather. Have a great day, everybody. Keep the record spinning.